Hello and welcome to this tutorial. I'm Mrs. Duffy and today I'm going to show you how to take an image and manipulate it in Photoshop so that you can divide it into many pieces and then apply a filter to each separate image. So I've done it here for you to give you some idea of what we're going to do. Now your teacher will give you an image to work with. I'm going to work with this one today. And what we need to do first of all is to make sure that we've got a tool on our toolbar that we can use. So you may see it here with the crop tool. It may be sitting here, and what the tool we're looking for is the slice tool. In my version I don't see it there, so what you need to do is to come down the bottom here where there's a little dot dot dot. I'll just get out of that again. See the dot 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 in the corner there? We just right click on that and then you can scroll through those, and there is a slice tool. That's the one we want. So we'll select that and click once, then right click on our image and then divide slice. Now by default it's going back to my previous setting. I divided it by 8, as you can see horizontally. This time, just to show you another way of doing this, we'll divide this vertically. So once that way and how about 8 this way, like so. So now I've got these 8 slices of my image. I'm almost there. The next step is to actually select individual slices. So coming back down to that bottom corner where you see the slice tool, do a right click again, and this time you're going to use the slice select tool. So we select that and then we just click on one of those slices. Now, to be able to do anything with this, we still need to take one more step. Come up here to the marquee tool and select the marquee tool. Now, with the marquee tool, click just outside of that box that we selected, that slice, and then drag your mouse down and just select that area, that slice. Doesn't matter if you go over it, it will be all fine. It'll only select that area anyway. With that selected now, do a right click with your mouse and go to layer via copy. That will create a layer over here in your layers panel that we're going to work on. Now so long as we've got that layer, we're actually selected. So if I select on background, that would be selected, but at the moment I've got layer selected. So now I can edit just on that layer. So we come up to, I'm going to show you a range of filters in the filter gallery. So if you come down, you'll see filter gallery there. Since I've just used it, it's sitting at the very top. You can also use the shortcut on your keyboard, Alt Control F. I just prefer to go up to filter and then come down to filter gallery. And once we have the filter gallery open, we can scroll through some of these effects and you can choose one that you like. So I've got this first layer here selected of the slice, and I'll go through and find one that I like. So I'm just going to start with some from the beginning, and just to show you how to do this, and then we'll critique it at the end. I'm going to start with coloured pencil, so I'm not being too fussy at the moment. I've chosen coloured pencil and I just go OK. Now what I highly recommend we do as we go is to double click on the name of the layer and then call it the name of the filter that we use. Colour pencil. Now it's just important because if we change our mind later and we want to apply that particular filter somewhere else in the image, we know which filter we used where. So we need to select another slice now. So back down the bottom here to our dot dot dot, and we'll select the slice select tool. Select a slice. Remember, come up and select the marquee tool. Then we're going to select that area. So we click just outside of that selection area, come down and grab that area within that slice, right click, and then select layer via copy. Oops. Now you saw what it did then. I got an error message because I forgot one important step. I need to make sure that I'm on the background, because when I selected this layer, there was nothing for it to grab. There's nothing in that layer. So coming back down to this, now I should be able to right click and layer via copy. So it's now copied it over Now, so up to filter, filter gallery, and then we'll choose, say, plastic warp and go OK. Remember to change the name of it, so plastic warp. Press enter. Come back down to the bottom right left hand corner, click on that, and that should be your slice selection tool. Click on the next slice. Now remember, we need to be on that bottom layer. Bottom layer. Then select that slice. So we've got this slice selected now. And then we come over to the marquee tool, and we just want to select just that area. Then we go right click, and then we create a layer via copy. We are on layer 1 now, which is the third layer, this one here. Come up to filter and then go down to filter gallery and choose another one. So rough pastels I'll choose this time. And again, it's not making a lot of difference in this image, so I'm going to try another one. Sponge. Let's try that. Sponge, that's better. Double click on it and call it sponge. Remember, go to background, come over to your tool there, selecting the slice select tool, select your slice, come over to the marquee tool, and then select that with your marquee tool. Right click, layer via copy. Remember, you need to be on that background layer while you're doing this. Layer via copy, and then go up to filter, filter gallery, and find a filter that you like. Now if we move through here, we should be able to find that layer and find what it's doing to it. I think I like ink outlines. Let's select that one. And so we just double click on the name there and rename it, and so forth. So what you need to do now is to go through and do that to all 8 sections that you've selected. Now I'm not going to do any more to this particular image, and I'm just going to come back to the previous one. What I would suggest is when you use this technique is you take time to reflect and think about the filters that you've actually applied. So this filter here down the bottom is, where are we? Let's just bring it down. This last one, ink outlines, looks really good there. It really brings out the green in the plant there. But I think the one just above it, the Sumi E, actually would be better at the very bottom. I just feel that it distorts it too much, and I don't want to detract from the whole image. So I'm just going to go in and change those. So I'm going to go in and change this one to Sumi. Now I'm going to write this down as what I will do first, and I would suggest that you do this yourself. You can actually write down on a bit of paper the order that you think you should do these. So I'll just do that now, and now I'm going to go up and I'm going to change the bottom one first to filter, filter gallery, and I'm looking for the Sumi E, which is that one, and go OK. So you see that they're the same now. I'm going to go up to the next one, and I'm going to change that one to filter, go down and call that ink outline, and there we go. And I do think that that has a better effect overall. I don't want to destroy it. I want it to be able to blend one filter into another. So now I will rename those. And then the bottom one I'll call, because I can go back at any time and change them again. Now, looking at these, I quite like the middle. They all seem to complement themselves quite well. However, when we get up to these two, there's just something not quite right about them. I'm just not really happy with them. I don't want to distort this too much. I don't want to take too much away from it. I think what I would do is I will change, first of all, the second layer. So what you need to do now is just to experiment with each of these. And you can lock these layers too, so that you don't affect all of them. So I'm just going to click on these and block them. So one last thing that I would like to show you today, and that is how we can use these adjustments up here. Brightness. Now this one will affect all layers, so you have to be careful with this one because it's sitting on top of all the layers, but you can adjust the brightness. So that was actually quite dark in the middle, and so I'm making it a bit brighter and a little bit less contrast. So there's a lot more that you can do once you apply your filters. Anyway, what you need to do now is just to have a bit of fun with this. It is an experiment, so have a play with that. You are not limited to 8, of course, horizontal or vertical lines. You can, of course, divide your image by 3 rows and 3 columns, or 2 rows and 3 columns, or vice versa. So you can experiment with this. I've seen some really great examples of this. The students have really enjoyed it. So I hope you have a lot of fun with this little activity.